Okay, so today we're doing our deep dive into Psalm 12. And right from the get-go, it paints this picture, maybe a familiar one, a time where it feels like the good, the faithful people,
Yeah.
they're just gone.
Yeah, vanished. It really
Yeah.
sets this scene, doesn't it? Like profound isolation where truth is, well, hard to find because, as it says, people are just speaking falsehoods,
Yeah.
to their neighbors.
With flattering lips and a deceitful tongue. It's not just little white lies here and there.
No, it's presented as pervasive. It's sort of the standard way people are talking to each other. Deception is just there.
And the reaction in the psalm, it's immediate, it's visceral, just help, Lord. It's this
Yeah.
raw plea, right? Like, I can't handle this environment on my own. Human integrity feels totally broken down.
Absolutely. That cry for help is central. And what's really interesting is the response that comes after that. The Lord speaks, saying something like, because the poor are plundered, the needy groan, I'm going to arise now, I'll protect them.
So the divine action is directly linked to the impact of all that dishonesty, the oppression, the vulnerability it causes.
Exactly. It's a response to the suffering caused by the lack of integrity.
Okay, so you've got this human failure, this backdrop of lies, and then a promise of divine help. But then the psalm shifts gears a bit, doesn't it? It draws a really key contrast.
It does. It contrasts those unreliable, boastful human words, people actually saying, our tongues will win, our lips are ours, who's in charge of us? It contrasts that with something totally different.
Which is,
Well, this is the core, I think. It says, and the words of the Lord are flawless. It's not just saying God's words are true. It's about their very nature. They're pure, completely dependable, unlike the human speech described earlier.
flawless, yeah. And it uses that amazing imagery, like silver, purified in a furnace of clay, purified 7 times. That detail, the refining process, wow, it gives you such a strong visual, right? Intense heat, over and over, burning off every single impurity.
Until what's left is just pure, totally reliable silver. It's the perfect counterpoint to the impure, self-seething, deceitful human talk mentioned before.
So one is just noise, untrustworthy. The other is, well, the gold standard, or silver standard, I guess. Tested, proven perfect.
Precisely. One's dross, the other's treasure.
And knowing that difference, the psalm circles back to safety. But the hope isn't in finding trustworthy people anymore.
Right. The hope is grounded firmly in God's protection from those deceptive people. Oh, Lord, you will keep us safe. Protect us from such people forever.
The protection comes from God, not from suddenly finding honest neighbors.
Exactly. And then it finishes with this really sharp, almost chilling observation about society. It says, the wicked freely strut about when what is vile is honored among men.
Oof, that hits hard.
It suggests that when truth gets corrupted, when integrity is lost, society's values can actually flip upside down. What's base, what's corrupt, gets put on a pedestal, honored even. It links societal decay directly to that loss of truth.
Wow. Okay, so let's try to pull the threads together from Psalm 12. We start with this really vivid picture of a society drowning in lies where integrity feels absent.
Then that desperate call for help.
Followed by God's promise to protect the vulnerable, specifically because they're being oppressed by all this deception.
And the huge contrast. Flawed human words versus the flawless, utterly pure words of the Lord, like that refined silver.
The ultimate standard of truth. And it ends with that sobering thought about what happens when a society starts honoring what's vile.
It definitely makes you look around today, doesn't it? Do you see echoes of that feeling of having to constantly sift through information, trying to find what's true?
Or seeing things celebrated that feels wrong.
Yeah.
It feels very relevant.
It really does.
So maybe the question for you listening is this. When it feels like integrity is scarce, like deception is common, just like in this ancient psalm, where do you turn? Where do you look for something or someone truly reliable, something that stands the test?